we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight, take a trip to Peru. Yeah, hop in the whip that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm no money, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy.
Tonight,
the 2023 season has one game left. Here we go. Super Bowl 58 underway from Vegas. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Okay, give some credit to the team covering the kick, but boy, what was he thinking? Stay in the end zone, take the knee, and help out your offense. Instead, you put your team in a really precarious position.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. McCaffrey on the toss right. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. And this will be incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. A 16-yard touchdown. And the 49ers will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. KC's offense ready to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Oh, he's got a little daylight, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 41 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner, and the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. Down the sideline he goes. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are feeling good as they and now they're going to fake it. They throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And now here comes Kansas City. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. On first down, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pacheco trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And San Francisco gets set to go here. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone. Yeah. Here's a diving catch right side. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Purdy off the play fake. Finding Ayuk on a nice catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they'll run it here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. McCaffrey, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here's Purdy. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he is going to have the Chiefs 1st down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. Mahomes now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and that will keep this a 15-point game.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Again, it's Pacheco. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
23 yards on the play. On play action, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they'll run with Pacheco. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Mahomes now on first down. Well, that one caught by Rice. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're at the time. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown. 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. Second down, here's Purdy to throw. Flushed out right, able to get away. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Purdy from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way down to the 5. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the fourth quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. First, no, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And now here is another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him
launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play there for KC, and even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Now Mahomes. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. There he goes again. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field on what was a fairly innocuous play call.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Touchdown, 49ers! Christian McCaffrey with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. It's Jair Brown who's got it. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. To throw is Purdy. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 31 yards. And the Niners take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. They go with McCaffrey. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense, because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now a run with Pacheco. And some space here. And all the way down to the 29. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes the heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum.
Oh, no, he lost the football. The big fella. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Buying time, and he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away, and this remains a 2-point game. A crushing blow there as they cannot tie the game. Now the focus shifts to, can they get the onside kick and have a miracle happen?
And they have to have that miracle play that they've been working on, that they've designed. You don't really just draw one up now. You've had different onside kicks. Do they have that one weak point in the defense that they can exploit because they have to have the ball back?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw, Mahomes. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.